Alright guys, so with the release of Brute or Charles and also the BTS Cookie, there has been some comps that are coming out, and I'm going to share with you guys two teams here, and that is going to be using Clotted Cream, that one that you guys have really been asking me about in the comment section, as well as one using Espresso. Alright, the treasures are all going to be the same with the feather, scroll, and the jelly watch. But here we go guys, let me show you guys the topping for this team, and then let me show you guys the topping for the Espresso team in the second half of the video. Alright, so if you guys look at the toppings real quick, the 5 toppings that we are going to use on the Brute is actually going to be fine solid almond. So the rankers right now, the higher ranking players within the pure vanilla server are using 5 solid almond because of the fact that he already has a very fast cooldown. And the only thing he really needs to look for right now is to survive and deal as much damage as possible. Although there is going to be many times when you're not going to be able to actually utilize his stun because of the enemy BTS, you're actually going to at least be able to stun them in the beginning before their enemy BTS Cookie actually uses their skill. Alright, so that's the reason why we're going to go with this here, guys, with the 5 of the solid almond. Alright, the focus here has to be the 2.8 cooldown at least in order to have a very fast cooldown to use the skill first. Alright, and then next one is going to be damage resist. And then if you guys can get attack speed, attack crit, it's going to definitely help out as well. Next one is going to be Financier 5 Swift Chocolate. We're going with the damage resist focus as well as the cooldown focus. So in my previous video with the Espresso, I shared it with a 15% cooldown. But this time around, we're using this in order to use the skill before Black Pearl. Alright, and that's the reason why we're going with the 20.1% cooldown, or at least 20%. Next one is going to be Solid Almond for our Clotted Cream. At least 8% cooldown as well as damage resist focus. And the next one is going to be Black Pearl as well with the 5 solid almond with the 8% cooldown at least and damage resist focus. This is kind of on the lowest side for me right now with my current ranking. So definitely just kind of upgrade it a little bit and try to match that 8%. But definitely works out, allows her to survive a little bit longer. And then last one is going to be BTS with the cooldown focus here. As well as if you guys can get some crit and attack, then those two are going to be the best things for the extra subsets. All right, so here we go. Let me show you guys this team inside of the arena against a couple of the other teams and show you guys how good it is. So here we go, guys. We have a Master 1 here, BTS, and then 2, and that's going to be probably going to be Espresso in majority of the cases here. So let's see how well we do. So I did reach that top 500 right here. Actually, it's going to be a purple yam with Captain Caviar. This is actually really popular right now too, because of the fact that so many people are using BTS. Players are finding a way to counter the enemy BTS cookies, utilization of their shield and the healing, and also the stem immunity. So that's the reason why a lot of people are going with the Black Pearl Captain Caviar build once again. And you guys can see that it is very strong. So you guys can see already in the beginning of the first battle that this team here is not going to be the answer. However, for the lower ranks, definitely going to be a very strong combo. I mean, I was versing a 5-5-5 Ascension here. And then for Star, of course, mine's a little bit higher. But you guys can see that this is not the answer to all. Okay, I think this is a very good example and a very good time to tell you guys that it may work. It may not work, but majority of the time in the lower ranks, I did use this team to kind of climb all the way to top 500. So just keep that in mind, all right? So damage output by all the cookies here, and then the healing done. It's very close with each other, 2.3 million. All right, guys, so here we go. So 2-2-1, you see the vampire. So some people are still going to be using the vampire comp with Wildberry and Financier. So here we go. Let's see how well we do. All right, so here we go. And you can see, right, you know, they don't really have a healer here. They don't even have the insignia, so they're going with the feather combo, hoping that they're going to be able to come back with the vampire. But we have the feather, Clotted Cream, very tanky. Black Pearl, still very tanky as well. So if you're going up against any of the insignia comp, I would still say this comp is going to be really good because of the fact that people are not using BTS. If you have Brute, infinite stun, almost close to infinite stun. So keep that in mind. So right there, damage output by Clotted and Black Pearl. All right, guys. So a 1-2-2 comp here. So let's go. Here we go. So Financier Eclair as well as the Captain Caviar Black Pearl on the enemy team. So this Financier is most likely going to be, I want to say it's going to be a full solid almond, but I could be wrong. But actually looking like a full solid almond, full Swift Chocolate actually. Looking at how much damage she takes. This one is going to be close. And yeah, it was very close. All right, but we were able to win right there. Okay, Black Pearl clutching it out for us with the dodging the torpedo. All right, so there you guys go. All right, guys, so here we go. 2-2-1 with the Caramel Arrow speed comp here. So let's go. And here we go, Charles or Brute. Okay, and they do have the Eclair Black Pearl as well. All right. Okay, so far, I mean, dude, the Brute takes so much damage, especially against Caramel Arrow as well as Black Pearl. And the two attacks based on max HP it definitely hurts. Financier at least was able to come back alive and shield our Clotted Cream before he took too much damage, which is a good thing right there. Black Pearl dodging. Okay, and they're still alive. Should be able to use skill before Black Pearl dodges. Yep, there we go. And that is the victory right there. So, Caramel Arrow comp definitely strong and it can definitely work. But because of the fact that we have our Clotted Cream, you know, being able to cage Financier really helps us out. Alright guys, now moving on to the second team here is going to be using Espresso instead of Clotted Cream. So there's going to be times when Espresso is actually going to be better to use than the others. Because of the fact that BTS Cookie does have that stun immunity, you're going to be able to utilize Espresso Cookie's Magic Candy ability, being able to deal extra damage to them. So in this case, we're going to use Espresso, and then of course, against Caramel Arrow and things like that, you're going to be able to do extra damage. So let me show you guys the topping. It's going to be 5 solid almond, 5 of the Swift chocolate here. Espresso is actually using 5 of the searing raspberry because of the fact that Financier does target the highest attacking cookie. In this case, we do need to have our Espresso with 5 searing raspberry, and then our Black Pearl is going to use 5 Swift chocolate here, and BTS with the 5 Swift chocolate. All right. Treasures are going to be exactly the same. So here we go. Let me show you guys some of the teams that you want to verse with this team. All right, guys. So here we go. This is going to be a 2-2-1 comp. They do have the BTS and it looking like a Eclair here or a Clotted Cream. So let's go and see how well we do against those two. All right, here we go. So it is going to be an Eclair. All right, so this one is actually going to be pretty good here. We're going to be able to deal some good damage to Eclair. So the downside of Clotted Cream is the fact that Clotted Cream does not have any ability to really nuke the enemies, especially because of the fact that it is going to target focus the tank in the beginning, all right? However, for Espresso's case, Espresso does have that area damage, allowing Espresso to not only target the back lane, but also the front lane. So that's the reason why some of the times Espresso is definitely going to be a very, very strong combo as well, right? So here we go. So there we go. That's going to be the Eclair, and we're going to be able to take that victory. All right. So there you guys go. Espresso dealing the most damage here. 3.6 million damage against this team, especially with the BTS on the enemy team. And then the healing is actually going to be a lot higher for us. All right, guys. A 1-2-2 comp here. And this time around, I'm going to show you guys the Espresso team. But I actually do recommend using this Clotted Cream team because there is a single tank. You're able to just isolate the tank and really focus on the back lane. But here we go. Espresso Cookie against a single tank comp. All right, here we go. So you're going to be able to see right here. Espresso. Espresso is able to do a lot of damage with the Black Pearl combo. But, you know, they're not going to be able to finish them off right away. Alright, so there are some times when Financier is going to really just focus, target that Captain Caviar, who's able to deal a ton of damage to our team. Alright, so as you guys can see right there, Financier is still alive. Alright, this wouldn't have been the case if Clotted Cream was in our team instead of Espresso. So just keep that in mind, guys. Usually against a one tank comp, Clotted Cream is definitely going to be a lot stronger. Alright guys, another 2-2-1 comp here. It looking like a 1.3 million, so Eclair or maybe even a Clotted Cream here. So we're going to go with Espresso and see how well we do. So it is an Eclair, except this time around it's not Charles, but it's going to be, you know, Purple EM or the not Brute, right? So here we go. Let's see if our Espresso is able to deal some good damage. Alright, grouping up the enemy together with the Black Pearl combo. Alright. Black Pearl going one more time. Financier. Our feather is still active. All right, looking like Black Pearl just died there, but coming back alive, and boom, there we go. So definitely a very better comp against the Purple Yam comp compared to the other one here, right? They do have a pretty decent amount, so there you go. And then the healing, very close to each other as well. All right, here we go. A 2-2-1 comp with the Caramel Arrow and a Brute here. Okay, so here we go. Espresso is definitely going to be the better option here than the Clotted Cream. So here we go. Here we go, guys, with the Espresso comp against the Caramel Arrow Eclair, right? The newly, created Brute Caramel Arrow speed comp here, guys. It looking like a full solid almond for both of them. Both, Brute and Caramel Arrow. So here we go. Espresso coming back alive. Financier. Okay. Can we kill off that Black Pearl? It's going to be the key to being able to win this. Okay. Looking like we were able to kill off the Black Pearl. So we're going to be able to beat this one right here, guys. There you go. So one good thing is that BTS Cookie really counters Brute or Charles here. So even though, he did a lot of damage, he wasn't able to finish it off. And we were able to claim the victory with Espresso and Black Pearl, of course. But there you guys go. The two teams right now that you guys can try out with the Brute as well as BTS. All right, so that's going to be Espresso with the Syrian Raspberry build and Black Pearl with Swift Chocolate for this case. And then for the Clotted Cream, it's going to be 5 solid almond and 5 solid almond. I probably would recommend going with this comp just because it does utilize less solid almond with the really high cooldown. But if you guys have the ability to, having this team built is definitely going to help out to deal with some of the 110 comps as well as some of the other comps that you have seen before. All right, so definitely try them out if you guys have the ability to do so. I will also be sharing with you guys other teams that are coming out that are being shared by other YouTubers as well. And I'll get to that as soon as possible. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you guys found the video helpful. And I'll see you guys all on the next one.